Hi everyone, in this video we are going to learn about query in Business Central. So this is for technical consultant. I'm going to show you how to create a complete query. So this is the agenda of today's video. This video, that is, we are going to learn about what is query and understanding the query snippet completely. You have to plan few things before creating a query, so I'll be showing you what are the plans which you should make. And next one is creating a large query within a 5 minutes, and I'll show you and like what are the properties which you will be using often, most often. And I'll also show you a simple query example, how to execute a simple query in the sense how to create a simple query, that is a query object. And in the future videos I'll be showing you like how to use joins, how to use some more aggregate functions and everything. Hi, happy to meet you all. So I am Dr. Gomati. I am a Microsoft certified trainer. So this is the complete playlist of a Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, and this is specifically for technical consultant. So nearly I have uploaded 19 videos, that is from the basics towards the advanced. I'm planning to post it from the basic towards the advanced. So already I have completed table. Okay, what is the complete introduction to the table, complete introduction to the page, and code unit. And I have also completed, like I have uploaded a table extension and the page extension. So this is query. First, my idea is to give you the complete basic knowledge about all the objects, okay, like page, table, query, reports, everything. And then I'll just take you gradually through the advanced one, like adding some more triggers into the table or a page or the procedures, how to add the triggers and everything gradually in reports. So everything we will discuss, but step by step. Okay, so this is the today agenda which we have I have already told you. Let us directly go into the concept, like introduction to the query. So basically query is an object, okay, and query is used to fetch the specific records or whatever you wish to do. So first let us understand what is a query. Okay, why you definitely need a query. So imagine that you have a table. Okay, so this is the table. I have various data in this table. So this is a table, and these are all this. The column name we will call it as a fields. Okay, fields or attributes. Okay, so or variables. It has many names. Okay, various names. So for example, customer name. Okay, and customer ID, customer designation. So imagine that you have a table with these fields. Nearly your table is having 50 or 100 fields. Okay, that is 100 columns, and every row, okay, that is this we will call it as a record. Okay, every row we call it as a record or observations. Okay, these are the data. Got it? So these are all the data which we have. Fine. And there will be a name. For example, first name is Manju, and the ID. So everything related to this particular customer Manju. Next one is Vijay and ID, everything related to the customer Vijay. Next one is Ramya and ID, so everything related to Ramya and related to that particular customer. And next is Srimati ID, so everything related to Srimati. So this is how it will go. Nearly you have nearly 1 lakh data here. Okay, imagine that you have 1 lakh data, and you have nearly 50 to 100 fields, that is a column in your table. So you have to find out, that is often every month you have to find top 5 customers, okay, who is having, who has who is performing, that is a top 5 customers. Okay, so in that case, whether I need these 100 rows, that is, sorry, these 100 columns, whether I need, does I need any these 100 columns to access? No, right? Possibly I may need 5 to 10 columns if I want to find out the top 5 customers, okay, based on their purchase, or based on any other particular criteria, if I wanted to find it. So I probably need 5 to maximum 7 columns. Okay, so imagine out of 100 column I need only 5 to 7 columns. So in that case, what I can do is I can make it as a separate query. Okay, I will just use only these 5 columns out of 100 columns, and I'll be writing a query to find out the top 5 customers based on some condition. Okay, this is what the query. So I'll be creating an object. So okay, you may have a doubt like why I should not go and access in the main table itself, why I should not write the query from the main table itself. The problem is the performance issue, okay, because since you have nearly 100 columns and every month you wanted to find the top 5 customers, in that case, if you are processing the table, complete that 100 columns will be evaluated, will be fetched and cross checked for that particular query. Okay, if you are doing that, so if you make it as a top 5 customers, you are creating a query. So what happens is only based on that particular condition, your your table will be checked. Okay, so it will just check based on a condition and it will fetch your data. Okay, so anyhow, if you wanted to find only top 5 customers, so often if you wanted to do it, you can make it as a query. So query is simple, it is a question. Okay, query means question. So if you want to find who is the top 5 customers, then you can probably do this. So this is what we are going to do it with a query. Okay, so this is used to fetch the specific records from the table. So query is one of the object type. Okay, query is a specific object type that allows us to create a sort of SQL query. So it is like an SQL query. If you know SQL, okay, that is structured query language, this we call it as a SQL or SQL. So if you know SQL, you can easily understand query. Even if you don't know, don't worry, we will learn it here. Okay, so with query, you can join multiple tables. For example, you have customer table, you have for example, imagine that you have nearly 5 tables. Okay, then you can what you can do it if you want to join that. Okay, so this is 5 tables. Okay, one table consists of customer, one table is the data about the customer, one table is the data about the salesperson, one table is data about the products which you have, one table is about the manufacturer which you are dealing with. So you have multiple. If you want to find which salesperson is performing higher, okay, based on what you will be finding, so this salesperson table will consist of only the data related to the salesperson. Okay, and this is sales. Okay, this is related to the products which are sold, and this is about the manufacturing. So if you wanted to connect everything, if you wanted to find which salesperson has the highest sale, or that is which salesperson has given the highest sale of that particular month. Okay, so if you want to connect the sales and salesperson, which product has been sold, so if you wanted to connect the product and the sales, which customer has bought the highest which customer has given you the highest sales, so you have to connect. Okay, so anyhow, any one of the table or two or more tables you have to connect it. So for that you need a query. Okay, you have to write a query. So that is what we are seeing here. So you can join different table and you can perform calculations. Okay, you can perform maximum of the sale, minimum of the sales, maximum profit, which customer gave you a maximum profit, or which salesperson gave salesperson is performing better, highest performance, like that. Okay, so all these things can be done with the calculations. So this is what the structure of the query snippet. Okay, so here you can see this is a query. So okay, we are going to create a simple query. Okay, so you can go here in the explorer, right click and click new file, and you can create a query, simple query or query, and I just wanted to make it as a snippet dot al. Okay, dot al. So query snippet dot al. So this is what we are going to see. If you wanted to create a query, okay, you can simply type t query. Okay, once if you type t query, you can see three or four options. So one is the t query. Here you can see this is a snippet. Second one is this query is for API. Okay, we can also create how to create a query for API, that is exposed as how to create a API query, and the query of type API. Okay, this is a snippet of a query. Okay, we have to select this t query snippet. So once if you select that, you can see that this is an object. Since it is an object, you can see that with the ID. Okay, this is an ID, you have to give an ID for the object. So I'm just giving the ID as 50102, and if it is not available, you can change the ID number. Okay, and here you have to give the query name of your query. Okay, you can give any name. If it is a single name, that is a single word, you can simply type it. If it is a multiple word, then you have to give within the double quotes. Okay, so you can just give like my new query. So but if it is better to give a name properly, because if you are going to find top 10 customers, then you can give top 10 customers, which you can easily retrieve it. Okay, so next is what here you can see, next is the query property. Okay, this is the general query property. We will talk about that. Okay, general query properties, you have various query property. If you just give like control and space, you can see various properties over here. That is access, API group, API publisher. So this much properties you have. So whenever you are seeing a spanner symbol icon here before any of the thing, any of the name, you can see that, you can understand that this is a property. Here they are talking about the property. If you just scroll down here, you can see that this is an action, this is a snippet. Okay, there is a square. Okay, if you just move on, you can see various types of icons over there. Okay, so these are all, whichever is as a spanner icon, you can find that this is a property. So you have this much property: access, API group, API version, caption. Okay, caption, this we will discuss everything in detail. So these are all the properties. Here you can see that these are all the elements. Okay, so let us understand the elements. So inside the element, you can see that this is a data item. Okay, this is a data item. So we have an element section which contain the data item. So as I told, these are all the elements you have to give inside. This is like a column. Okay, this is a column. So see here, so this is a data item name, you have to specify this is your own name. Okay, and this is a source table from which source you are planning to create a query. Okay, you are going to create a query for the customer table. Okay, so you can see here that this is a customer list. Okay, whether you're going to create a query for this customer table, so if you're going to create, anyhow table is one, for the one table you can create multiple type of pages, like a list or card, document or anything. Okay, so for this, if I wanted to create this, the table will be one, like it's a customer table. Okay, so I can give here the customer as a table name. So this is the name, data item name, which we have to give it for us. So that is your own name, you can give it. And these are all the columns. Okay, since I told, if you have 100 column, if you wanted to fetch only 5 columns, you have to define that here. Okay, which is the column and which is the source file name, what is the name of the, what is the original name of that. Okay, so this is the parent item. See, imagine, understand clearly, this is the column name which you can give it anything, any column name, but this name should be similar as your source table. For example, in customer, if they have given, so let me just go and show you. This is the object designer, this is one of the extension. Okay, so imagine that in the customer table. Okay, let us just go ahead with the customer table. So this is the customer table. So this is what the exact table name. Okay, this table name you have to give it here. This is what the source table name. Okay, and this name you can give any name, but it, for the better understanding, we will often indicate the table name itself for our best better understanding. Okay, and here this column name, you can give any column name, but this column name should be the exact column name which you have given in the table. So if you just scroll down, you can see various column name. Okay, see, number is the column name which is mentioned like no dot. Okay, so this source if you want a number to be here, then you have to give dot, no dot within a double quotes. Okay, if you want to give 5 columns, then you can just copy this, paste it here for the 5 columns. Okay, so always know, understand that column name is your own name, any name you can give, but the source file name should be exact column name which is in the source table. For example, if you want to retrieve the name, then you have to exactly give name here. If you want to retrieve name 2, then exactly you have to give it here name 2. Okay, I hope you understand. So column name is user defined name. User defined name in the sense you can give your own name, but the source field name is what the exact name which is there in your parent data item, that is your table. Okay, okay, I hope you got it. So next one is the filter. Okay, filter is what, if you want to filter any field. So this filter, must be a field defined by the table. So you have to tell which what are the things you have to filter. Okay. So these are all like, you can tell that this is a filter. So inside elements you'll be having a data item, you'll be having a filter, and inside filter you can specify any specific data item you wanted to get it. Okay. And next one is out of this element. Okay, under the query properties you have query procedure. You can write your own procedure, you can write your own trigger, you can create your own global variable. Okay. So here you can see you have a trigger. Okay, this is the trigger. If you want to write your own procedure you can write it. Usually the procedure will not available directly available in the snippet. And this is the global variable. Okay, this is the basic snippet of a query. Fine. So let me show you that even here you have a query. See, this is a customer list. Okay, this is a customer list. And here if you just click this all, you can see these are all the queries which is already written. For example, you can find it here in the inspect page. Just click this question mark and go to the help and support. Okay, I'm doing this in the role center page, that is BC role center page. If you click this inspect page and data, okay, you will get the option here which page, which table it refers to. Okay, so if I click here and click the blocked customers, you can see that this is a query. Okay, blocked customer is the query object which with the ID 2452, and this is the run query page. Okay. And if you go back and if you click any of these things, okay, customer and sales, so this is another query. Okay, we can also make this query listed here. Okay, this is, so whenever if you wanted to find the blocked customers, so if you are just wanted to see who are all the blocked customers, who are all the what is the customers and their contact, customers and the salesperson, customer list query. So these are all the customer number, name, territory code. This is the salesperson who is communicating with that customer name and everything. Okay, so this is the type of a query. Okay, you can find that these are all the queries and the query name. Here you can see this is a query name. Okay, so like this we are going to create our own query, a simple query. I'll just show you. Fine. So this is what the basic snippet of the query. So before we write any query we have to plan properly. Okay, so the objective is what you should know what you're going to do. So here you can see that if these are all the queries like customer ship to address, so which address we have to ship it to the customer. Okay, which are what are the credit limits of the customer. Like this you have to plan. If you wanted to find the top 5 customers, then you should write top 5 customers. So I wanted to find the top 5 customers. Okay, that is what the objective of the query. A table is involved in the query. So whether you do you want to join two or more queries or a single query, that is a single table, you are going to do all these stuffs in the single query itself. So all these things you have to plan accordingly. Okay, why I'm telling you all these things, because since we are creating objects, so these objects will be having some what to say, we'll be having a object ID. Okay, you're going to create an object, and you're going to that will allocate a space. Okay, so we should not write a random query, and that should not be of any use. Okay, so it is better to think and do it. The next one is the field. What are the fields involved in your query? You have to decide what are the fields you wanted to involve in that. For example, if the customer, so I wanted only these fields to be displayed. And finally, whether you wanted to do anything else, like whether you want to aggregate or you want to join or you want to do any other thing in that query. So these are the things which you have to understand. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to create a large query within a 5 minutes. That is, as I told, imagine that you have nearly 100 column. Okay, and we are going to fetch 20 columns from that. Okay, so that is for if you, even if you create a snippet, okay, like this. So anyhow you have to go and edit it, right? Data item, what is the data, you have to cross check here. You have to give the exact source table name, you have to give the exact source field name, everything. Okay, but we don't want to worry about all these things, we can create it very easily. Okay, this is a snippet, that is, sorry, I am going to use a extension called AZ Wizard. Fine, I have already discussed about these AZ Wizard in a previous video, that is an extension. You can see some more extensions which are very useful for all the technical consultant. Okay, this is the AZ wizard. If you click AZ wizard, you can see various options here to create your object. Okay, so here I have a query object. Okay, query new AL query wizard. Okay, this is used to create a query object. So if I click query, so it will first ask you for the object ID. You can define your own object ID. I'm just giving 50106, and I wanted to give the object name for that. Okay, so I'm just giving customer, list of customers. Okay, okay, I'm giving list of customers. Got it. Now I wanted to tell you what is the stores table, which table for which table I'm going to write the query. Okay, so if you just type it, it will automatically tell you like what is the what are all the tables which we have. So you can simply click here customer table. Okay, and here you can give the type of the query, that is a normal or an API query. So I'm just going to give here normal query and click next. Okay, I hope you all understand till now. You have to give the, like as we saw in the snippet. Okay, you can see here in the snippet you have a query. Okay, here you have to write along with the query ID and the query name, that is the object name. Okay, that is what we are doing it here, ID and the object name. Okay, and then in the source table we have to tell what table you are going to get it and what type of query it is. So here you can see that it will ask you for the query type. Okay, here if you go and see, it will ask you for the query type. Okay, you have to mention this is a mandatory property, that is what type of query it is, the normal. If you are not giving this, it will assume that it is a normal query. Okay, so here if you go and see, then you have to tell this is a normal. If you click next, it is fetching all the columns from that particular table. You can see nearly you have various fields right in the customer table. It is automatically fetching all the columns, so you can select what are the columns you wanted for in your query. Okay, that is a customer list of customers. Okay, so if you don't want this VAT registration anything, you can just leave it. What are all the thing which you want, you can just find it. For example, I just want, I want the address. Okay, I want the amount which they, I want the balance. And if you just scroll down, you can see from which city they are probably. Okay, contact, if I want a contact. Okay, if I want a comment. Okay, which country they are. So I wanted only these things. Okay, email, that is the specific data about that particular customer. I don't want anything other than these things. Okay, like fax number or anything like that. I want the ID, so I'm just giving all these things. Okay, name, name is must, right? So I'm just giving a name, everything fine. Okay, so these are all the things which I want. I don't want anything else. Okay, partner type, probably we can even add a partner type. Okay, that's it. So I want only these fields. So out of this much field, I'm just taking only these fields. Okay, 2 4 6 8 10 11 11 fields. So this is very easy. If I click finish, you can see that your complete code is written already. Fine, great. So here you can see this is the basic property of the query. You have much more properties than this. Okay, so we have used the AZ wizard extension and created a that is a created a query within few seconds. And now we, this is the time to know about few property, that is the caption property. Okay, so caption property, you can see that this is the name of the this is the name of the table, that is a caption. Sorry, this is not a name of the query. You have given the caption for the table. Okay, sorry, caption for the query. Next one is the query type. Okay, this is a normal query. Now I just want so this is, everything is already written. Okay, I want these things to happen. So let us execute this. Okay, let us execute directly the query. Okay, that is 50106. Understand that is, this is a list of customers. Okay, you can either go and type that is right here 50106. Okay, and here you can make it as a query. Okay, because we are running a query, so you can make it as a query, and then you can save it and execute it. Let us see what is happening. Yeah, you can see that what are all the column which we have used. Okay, those columns are here. Station, that is the address, amount, city, contact, country, email, name, partner type, balance. Okay, so these are all the things which we have. Okay, these are all the things which we have fetched it. List of customers, but you cannot see these list of customers if you just, I'm just refreshing it. Okay, you cannot see these list of customers, that is this particular query, in the page which we expected. Okay, so we expected here, right? We already saw that this is here is the place where we have all these queries. So here I don't find this list of customers. Okay, you can go and check here, because we have written in the customers, right? Customer, you can just go and click here, customer. Okay, and here you cannot find the query. Okay, because I haven't okay, you cannot find it here. That is the customer, that is we have given like a what to say, this is list of customers. So if I want this list of customers query, which should be displayed here. Okay, which has to be displayed in this page. Okay, that is the customer list page. Okay, so what I can do, you have to write one more property here. So we are going to write the property which is a query category. Okay, this query category, you have to tell where you have to display that. Okay, in which place you have to display that. I have to display this in the customer list. Okay, I have to display this in the customer list. Okay, in the customer list page, I wanted to display this query with the name of list of customers. Now let us execute this. Okay, let us execute this, and I'm not going to launch this particular query. I'm going to launch this 22 page. Okay, 22, and this is the page. So let us see what is happening now. So now I'm just going to see here. You can see that this is the list of customers query which I can see. Okay, you can note that this list of customer query is not here, and here I can find the list of customer. If you click this query, you can see all the data which we try to add it in my query page. Okay, I hope you understand what we are trying to do it here, right? So this is the all about the query. This is the basic of the query. Okay, so what we have did is, if you wanted to add this particular query in any list, okay, if you wanted to add this in a different list page, you have to give the list, the name of the name of that particular page along with its type of the page. Okay, so this caption means you are naming that list, that is you are telling that the list a name, and you can just give the, that is you can give the query category here. Okay, so this is how your this is how your query can be added in your that is a list, customer list. Okay, so this is the basics of the query. Okay, apart from this, we have other queries as well, that is other properties as well. That is a query category that which allows you to, I'm sorry about this. Okay, so query category which allows you to show the result of the query in a list page. So in the list page, if you wanted to display that, you can use a query category. Next, we will be discussing, in the next video we'll be discussing about order by. Okay, this will order the query data set based on the condition. Okay, on which order, whether in the descending or ascending, any order, which order. Top number of rows, for example, as we discussed, if you want to fetch the top 5 customers, so this is the top number of rows. Okay, top 10 customers. Next one is filter. Won't appear in the query data set. Okay, this will not appear in the query data set because we have already you can just go and check whether all these properties are there. Just control and space, you can see all these properties. Okay, you can see the available properties over here. Okay, so this will basically, this will not appear in the query data set. You can obviously see this via the code, that is the data set, filter the data set when using the queries in the code. So we can also use this query, okay, the object which we have created inside the code. We will also see that. Next one is the method. Okay, so what are the method, list of methods available? So if you just type method, okay, I hope the name has changed. top number of rows, order by, everything are here. Fine, they might have changed the name of that. Probably. Okay, so the method we can give inside the column. I'm sorry. So this is inside the column. You can see the method. Okay, what type of thing you have to do? What type of aggregation you have to do? That is an average, count, or day, or max, min, month, sum, everything. Okay, this is a method which is inside the column. For column you can see this property. So the next one is a column filter. That is, if you wanted to set this as a filter, as a column filter, you can make it. So these are all the few properties which we will use often. Apart from this, we will also use, if you are using an API, then you can also use various other properties as well. Like if you wanted to make it as a multiple language, okay, so you can use caption ml, column filter, description, everything. So in the next video we will discuss about how to create a query with the top end. Okay, that is, you can use the method, you can use the filter. We will discuss more about the query. I hope you understand the logic behind the query and why we need query, everything. If you have any doubt related to this, please post it. And I'm getting a lot of comments related to the advanced topic. Okay, anyhow, I just wanted to, I have some few agenda to complete, because if someone is seeing new, so they should understand the logic. So definitely I will cover all the topic. You can see the learning path of this complete technical consultant in my channel. So whatever you have any doubt, you can leave it. If I know, I'll definitely help you. If I don't know, I will refer and I will learn and I'll help you. So don't worry about it. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.